Hi, Grace family. As we look to reopen for on-site worship services, we wanted to provide you with this video so that you would know what to expect when you arrive, because things will be different when we open for on-site worship services. So you'll know what to expect as a result of this video. And actually knowing what to expect will help you decide whether or not to attend or not. As you know, there are many factors that go into deciding whether or not you're going to attend or not. Besides the content of this video, take into consideration the things that we normally hear, right? Your age, your current health, your past health, the health of those people that are around you, maybe people that you care for as well. And you know that as Christians make decisions, we always make decisions with other people in mind. Now, a couple notes that I want to share before we get into the content of what to expect. Number one is the sanctuary has been thoroughly cleaned. It's been sanitized thanks to the Madisons who clean the carpets and the pews. Now, a lot of you also have asked, well, why don't we do outside worship services, right? There's fresh air, there's wind, it's easier for social distancing. Well, the primary reason why we don't want to reopen with an outside worship service is because of the example we've seen from the beaches. Sometimes you get in these wide open spaces, and it's a little more difficult to regulate the policies, the procedures, the regulations that we have to take in place. We felt in the sanctuary it'd be easier for us in a controlled environment to make sure we're following all the rules that we're supposed to. And there's going to be a lot of people here on Sunday helping us to do that well. And that's not to say that we won't do outside worship services. Just when we reopen, we're going to do it inside the sanctuary. So let me tell you a little bit about the service, and you're going to see a number of people that are going to show you about the logistics upon your arrival. Now, this is going to be a shorter service. I'd ask you to arrive a little bit early because we're going to seat you. Also ask you to use the restroom before you leave for home. The restrooms will be open and available for use, but with a shorter service, and if we don't have to, that'll make cleanup in between services easier. Now, we are going to do our normal schedule with an 8 a.m. And a 9:30 a.m. So for the opening weekend, the Sunday services, we're just going to do those two worship services. Now, the worship service, the content is going to be geared towards the sacrament of the altar. So we'll be having communion at both services, and the entire service, as I said, will be gearing up in preparation for taking the sacrament. Now, as you take the sacrament, that will be the end of the worship service. So after you take the sacrament, you exit out the doors and you can return home. Now, a little bit about the logistics of actually taking the sacrament. All the communion vessels have been cleaned and sanitized. There are going to be people here with masks and with gloves, appropriately providing communion with social distancing protocol taken into account. Now, one last thing about the worship service is that this worship service that's on site is designed to be used in conjunction with the online worship service. So the online worship services are going to continue, and the format is going to remain the same. So this on-site worship service is to be used in conjunction with that online worship service. So do the online worship service. If you decide to attend on the on-site, make sure that you take part of the online worship service as well. We pray that the online and the on-site together will provide you with a well-rounded worship experience. So now you're going to hear from some people that you're going to see. If you decide to attend the on-site worship service, this is going to be a little different, so please pay attention, and we're all in this together. Thank God that we're able to do this together. God bless.
Good morning, Grace families. We have missed you. Once you've parked your car, our lovely volunteers will direct you on which way you need to go. At this time, the outside tables and playground area are unavailable. Please continue straight up the sidewalk. Do not turn right and do not turn left. We ask that you do not go through the side door or walk into the patio area. Please stay on the sidewalk. As you continue walking, you will notice another no entry sign. Connie will enforce it. Proceed through the gate. I strongly suggest arriving early as this may take longer than usual. Please wait at the 6-foot marker on the ground in front of the church. If you are parked in the church parking lot, you will also be welcomed by one of our lovely volunteers and will be directed to stay on the sidewalk. You will proceed towards the church, and you may or may not see Pastor Aaron running to his car. I'm sorry Cheryl doesn't know how to record, but at least she has a pretty finger. Once you have arrived, please wait on the 6-foot markers. Another volunteer will ask you to come forward and will have COVID questions for you and your family to ensure that yourself and others are safe. Once you have finished your questions, you will be directed inside the church. If you or anyone in your family forgets their masks, there will be some available on the white table. Please wait for one of our awesome ushers to escort you to your seat. We ask that you try to sit on the same side you parked on. After communion, you will be asked to immediately exit to the parking lot. Please do not sit in the pews that have X's on them. After Pastor Aaron does his thing, it is now time for communion. Carol and Connie will be waiting for you at the communion tables. An usher will excuse you to go to communion. Please take all belongings with you because you will not be returning to your seat. Unless you're with your family, please stay 6 feet apart from those around you. Once you arrive at the table, please take your mask off and eat the bread and drink the wine. After you have finished, please put your mask back on and hold on to your cup so that you can throw it away at the trash can. An usher will be at the door to open it for you and your family. We ask that you exit straight to your car and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We cannot wait until we can see you again.